Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this Friday. And if you've taken some time out of your busy schedules to support the channel, I really do appreciate that. All right, so yesterday I talked about my favorite baits in the month of August, and I included a couple different flipping options depending on what kind of cover you have in your lake. Now, if you have coontail, hydrilla, milfoil, stargrass, eelgrass, some type of submergent vegetation, and you have some structure on your lake, this is going to be a really powerful tool later in the summer. So this is a 1 ounce grass flipping jig. It has a vertical line tie, which I think is very important. It's heavy. This is the 3/4, but I'll also go up to 1 ounce. And it's got a big hook on it most of the time. Now this is kind of a smaller hook for grass flipping. If you try a Strike King Hack Attack jig, that jig actually comes with a tuna hook, and they both have their time and place. I like the normal jig wire style hook, and I still flip this on braid in a big 7'9" rod, heavy action. But the deal with this is all about the structure. So I'm gonna kind of go into that and explain to you why this works so well in those situations, but not so much in a lake that's flat and like a cereal bowl. So here's the deal. The 1 ounce jig, you're not punching that through the grass. You're catching the fish that are right on the edge of the grass. Now, the structure is very important because let's say you're fishing in a creek channel and the boat is sitting in 11 to 9 feet of water. The grass is growing up on the sides of the creek channel in like 3 to 5 feet of water. And then it slowly tapers off, and in that 9 to 5 foot range is where the bass are gonna be at. And there'll be just sparse grass growing. So you'll have topped out grass in 3 foot, and then you'll have just clumps and sparse grass that's growing on the edge. Now the jig is very important because you can't fish a chatterbait through this. You know, if you have, here's the surface of the water, here's the grass topped out, and here's the bass. You can't get a chatterbait through there. You really can't even get a worm to fall correctly through there. So the 1 ounce jig is very important because you have a lot of fishing pressure, so the bass have seen a lot of baits. The 1 ounce jig is gonna go by them like a rocket, and that's gonna get a lot of reaction bites. So how I pair my jig up with its trailer is I just take a flappy kicking style trailer, which is gonna slow the jig down a little bit, but since it's still 3/4 ounce or 1 ounce, you can make the jig just go fast. Now this is gonna kick and it's gonna give the action, you know, as like a bluegill that is shooting through the cover, you know, a distressed bait fish that's flying through there. That's why the 1 ounce 3/4 is very important. It's not always about punching it through the grass. It's just about a quick fall to get those bass to react. So any type of kicking trailer, this is a Gambler Stinger 4.25 inch, but any type of kicking trailer, I know you got a bunch in your tackle box, they all work. You just need that shooting action that goes by those fish. So this is a Bose Jig Shop. Not sure if there's still a company, but the most important thing is the vertical line tie. That's just gonna help that bait come through the grass a whole lot better. I like brim patterns. This is green pumpkin blue with a little bit of orange in there. But here's the deal. It's all about the structure. So as we get into late September, this bite is still gonna be really good. And typically I like the water to be 90 degrees to like 82. And what happens once the water starts cooling off cooler than 80, the grass will start to die, where it will be into almost October by then. The grass will start to die and this bite will go away. But from now up until October or late September, this bite is really good because those bass don't want to be tucked up under all that thick grass on the edge of these creek channels. They just want to be kind of on the edge of it. They're really relating to the structure. Now the grass is what is keeping them there, but it's more so the contour change and the depth change that the fish are sitting on. So structure, grass bite, but this is one of those ways where there's really not a whole lot of other things going on. You know, you might have a topwater bite in the morning, you might be able to drag a worm on some deeper places, but where most of the fish are going to be at, they're going to be in that 5 to 8 foot range, and the 1 ounce jig is perfect for that. So if you have some coontail, some hydrilla, some milfoil, some type of grass that is underneath the surface, and you have contour changes, depth change in your lake, try a 1 ounce or a 3/4 ounce grass flipping jig. Good luck to you guys, and I'll see you on the water.